Hey guys, it's me Hannah and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so in today's video, I am in a new location. I am actually in near my bookshelf where I do, so this is going to be where I'm going to film when I do like book related videos. So this book's video is going to be my fall and winter reading list. Now, if you saw my shorts, which I can't believe have 1,000 views, oh my gosh, it's crazy. And so if you didn't see that, I recommend watching that and then coming back to this video so you don't be confused. So without further ado, let's just jump into the book video. Okay, so most of these books is like something that I would read like for back to school and all that, but since fall, back to school, and fall and winter is kind of like fall on the same timeline, I'm mixing them together. So the first thing that's on my book list is I saw a bunch of reviews about this book, and I'm also seeing it around Goodreads and all that. If you haven't followed my Goodreads, right here, I'll put something right here if you want to follow it. Be my guest. So sorry about that. I had to try to get the perfect camera angle, and I may have dropped my phone a couple times, but it's fine. But my phone's fine, so yeah. So the first thing in my book list is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I heard so many good things about this book, and I love a good figure skating book because I love figure skating, and this was my favorite sport when I was little. I never done it, but I loved figure skating, and then I don't know, it's just, I think I never read like a figure skater and a hockey player trope, and so I'm really excited to check that out. So I'm going to give you a little background on what this is, and it's okay. I don't know if that's Anastasia or Anastasia. I'm going to say Anastasia because the girl in my class that had that name. So Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets full scholarship to the University of California, Maple Hills, and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she can never like a hockey player, right? So, I don't know, this sounds so intriguing, and I've seen a lot of, like, reading vlogs on this book, and I kind of want to do, like, a reading vlog on this book, so I don't know. We'll see, maybe you do a cozy one, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm so excited to check that one out, and so that is what's on my first reading list. Okay, the next book is, I also heard some really great things about this book. And I saw this at Walmart, and I've been really, really, really wanting to read this for a while. And I looked at the inside, and it looked going to be amazing. I have the tendency to spoil the story for me. Don't ask. I don't know why. But that one is If He Had Been With Me by, I am so sorry. Hold on. Okay. Where were we? If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I just love how this cover looks. And I saw this all over Instagram Book Talk. And I'm not allowed to use TikTok. So I got Instagram Book Talk. So I don't know. I've just seen a lot of people talk about this book. And they say it's a good book. And I don't know. I love how this right here is like shows like a heart. Like a heart lollipop, and then all of a sudden it cracks. It breaks. So, I don't know. It's just very interesting. So, now let's read the back of the book. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable. But then something changed. Or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has her boyfriend, Jamie, and her close-knit group of friends. Finn has become that boy at school, that one everyone wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she and Finn cross paths. And the growing nagging thought that maybe things could have been different, maybe they should be together. And as time passes, Autumn realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. So, I don't know, it's just, I love second chance romance, and I know some of them can be toxic. Summer turned pretty. Which I have down here. I read the book before watching the series. Anyway, I'll be doing a review of that at the end of summer. So, anyway, getting off topic. So, I don't know, it's just, I love how the cover is, and if you know me, I think a book's gonna be good if the cover is really good. So, yeah. So, that's that one. So, now let's move on to the third book in the list. My water bottle. So, yeah. I have this sitting on my bedside. So, yeah. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, so the third book that we have is called My Fault, which I'm so excited to read this, that I may read this, like, when I get down to my summer reading list, but, like, I love book adaptation turned into movies and series. Like, I'm obsessed with Summer Turned Pretty, and it's like, I love it. I'll just say I love movies and series that associate with books. It's just, I feel like it turns the story real, and it gives you, like, but then again, it can be a game killer, because we all envision different characters. It ends with us. So anyway, so this one's called My Fault by Mercedes Braun. Now, again, I saw this, I don't know, I love the color. I'm getting into my Barbie pink phase, don't ask, but, so yeah, so I'm so excited to read this one, and so, I'll give you the, synopsis. I don't know what it's called. I'm just saying description. Okay. The blurb is, I didn't want warmth, I wanted fire. Okay. 17-year-old more. Okay. It's been a long day and I'm tired and it's like 11 o'clock. So, anyway, 17-year-old Noah Morgan lives a quiet, normal life with her mother in Toronto, Canada. I always wanted to visit Canada, so perfect. Until her mother meets and marries William Lister, whatever, a wealthy and enigmatic lawyer from California. Noah finds herself moving to LA, leaving her volleyball team, her best friend, and her boyfriend behind. Upon arriving in her new life of private schools and pool parties, she meets her new brother, Nicholas, a college student and seemingly the typical spoiled rich kid. Noah has no desire to get along with him, especially when she discovers Nick's secret life of clandestine car racing and street fights. So, I'm not gonna read that because it's really long. So this is so that's that book, and I'm really excited to read that one. So yeah. Now moving on to the fourth book. Okay, so I'm here to finish the video. I know it looked different. Something came up and I had to pause the video and put it on hold. And I look crusty, but just ignore it. Alright, so the fourth book on my fall reading list is The Nanny. Now, this one I haven't even heard of until I saw it in a store. And I was like, this might be a good book. And also because lately I've been obsessed with books where, like, I don't know if this book has it, I don't know. But anyway, before we read these synopsises or something like that, I don't know what it's called. But before we talk about that, I just want to say what got me to get this book is basically I love to read stories. Okay, so the next book we got on the fall reading list is The Nanny. This one I haven't really heard about, and I haven't seen it on Goodreads, and I just saw this on the shelf at the store, and I was like, this one might be a good book, because the cover looks interesting, and I just happen to love when little kids play matchmaker with the nanny and the dad, and it's just adorable. So, let's read the back. I'm not going to read all of it, because this is the back. I may just read, like, right there. So, alright. Suddenly unemployed and on the brink of eviction, Cassie Evans is left with two choices. Get a new job and fast, or fire up her if you hear that, just ignore it. Fire up her long untouched OnlyFans account. But the job market is terrible, and as for OnlyFans, well, there are reasons she can't go back. Just when all hope seems lost, an ad for a live-in nanny position appears to be the solution to all her problems. It's almost too perfect until she meets her would-be employer. Aiden Raid, executive chief and DILF extraordinaire, is far from the stuffy single dad Cassie was imagining. He shocks her when he tells her she's the most qualified. We're not going to read this. When I read stuff too long, I can't, my words get jumbled, so. That one, and I'm so excited to read this one, so yeah. Okay, the fifth one we got is Does She Cheat by Sarah Adams. Now, this one I've eyed on Goodreads since it came out, and I also love, I'm a sucker for dance books, because I'm a dancer myself, if you haven't known that, and I'm a sucker for dance and, like, sports novels. I just find them really cute and really fun to read and all that, so yeah. So let's read the back of this one. The friend zone is not the end zone for Bree Camden, who is helplessly in love with her longtime best friend and extremely hot NFL legend, Nathan Donaldson. Donaldson. I don't know. We're just going to say Donaldson. The only problem is that she can't admit her true feelings, because he clearly sees her as a best friend with no romantic potential. And the last thing Bree wants is to ruin their relationship, but those abs? Nope, nothing but, yeah. You get the point. So, yeah, so I'm excited to read this, and yeah. Okay, I have my comments disabled anyway, but I'm probably going to get hate for this because Colleen Hoover is very controversial, and I do like her books, but I don't know. To me, I like their books. I like her books, but some of her books don't. But yeah, so the next book we got is Layla. I don't know. This book, I've been wanting to read. This was really on my first. I wanted this to be my first Colleen Hoover book because, I don't know, it just sounds interesting. So, yeah. So, and also the reason why this is on my fall reading list is because, obviously, the cover looks like it's fall related, and, oh my gosh, I love it. So, yeah. So, the back is, when Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her, until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distance from Layla, Leeds soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the B&B with whom he forms a connection through their shared concerns. As his curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers put him in a direct conflict with Layla's well-being. Lead soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes the wrong choice, it could be detrimental for all of them. I don't know. I feel like this book's going to emotionally ruin me. But I'm excited. I'm ready for it. So, yeah. Okay, this next book I'm really, really excited to read. And that is The Upside of Falling. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about you, but it's a Wattpad book. And I love Wattpad. And I have another Wattpad book back here. It's That One Float. And, oh, my gosh. I think, to me, I love supporting Wattpad writers and episode writers because... Okay, anyway. Because I just feel like they just don't get enough recognition as a original writer does. Like Colleen Hoover, she gets a lot of recognition. But I feel like that's why I support small episode writers and Wattpad writers. So I'm really excited to read this. So let's read the back. It's been years since 17-year-old Becca Hart believed in true love. But when her former best friend teases her for not having a boyfriend, Becca impulsively pretends she's been secretly seeing someone. Brett Wells has it all. As captain of the football team and one of the most popular guys in his school, he should have no problem finding someone to date. But he always been more focused on his future than who to bring to prom. When he overhears Becca's life, Brett decides to step in and be the mystery guy. It's the perfect solution. He gets people off his back for not having a meaningful relationship, and she can keep up with the ruse that she's got a boyfriend. Acting like the perfect couple isn't easy, though, especially when you barely know the other person. But with Becca still picking up the pieces from when her world was blown apart years ago, and Brett just barely holding his together now, they begin to realize they have more in common than they ever could have imagined. When the line between what is pretend and what is real begins to blur, they are forced to answer the question, is this fake romance the realest thing in either of their life? Oh yeah, well, I'm really excited to read this one. I don't know, I'm a sucker for Wattpad stories, and I know some people hate them because they were once written by when the author was younger. You can't judge a book by its plot, unless you read it. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, the last book on our list is, some of you probably read this, and I'm so excited to read this because I heard so much good things about this book and this author, and that is Too Hard to Forget by Tessa Bailey. Don't come at me that this is still on there. I still haven't taken it off, but I probably won't because I don't want to ruin the cover. So yeah. Hold on. If you see me doing that, yeah, my voice is dry. It gets like that. My room's hot, so yeah. So anyway, I heard so many good things about this author and this book that I'm really excited to read it. And yeah. So now let's read the back. This time she's calling the shots. Peggy Clarkson is returning to her alma mater with one goal in mind. Confront Elliot Brooks, the man who ruined her for all others, and remind him of what he's been missing. Even after 3 years, seeing him again is like a punch in the gut. But Peggy's determined to stick to her plan. Maybe then, once she has the upper hand, she'll finally be able to move on. In the years since Peggy left Cincinnati, Elliot has kept his focus on football. No distractions, no complications. But when Peggy walks back onto his practice field and into his life, he knows she could unravel everything in his carefully controlled world. Because the girl who was hard to forget is now a woman impossible to resist. I'm so excited to read this one. So yeah. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!